what is the problem with how people who quote unquote are alpha, how are they talking about being a high value man, and what is the issue with that, and how do you think things should be kind of reworded or rephrased to the mass appeal?
Yeah, I mean, look, every man who accomplishes success, because like if you're in business and you're an actual entrepreneur and you're the head guy in charge, you take money risk, you take reputational risk. So if I fail, now Ryan Kumar has the failure reputation. He gets blasted. Not the 7 people who are under him that fucked up on the product. It's Ryan Kumar takes all the blame. If Ryan Kumar succeeds and his company succeeds, now Ryan Kumar's company succeeds and now he gets all the glory as well, right? So there's a reputational risk. Also the monetary risk, right? A lot of the time, the businesses that are coming out of the day-to-day businesses today and out of business people are not venture-backed. So they don't have tons of funding that get actually... they don't have tons of funding. Yeah, they don't have venture capital funding to actually accelerate their business, right? They're actually bootstrapping it. They're taking their own cash and delivering that. Now you have actual money risk when it comes involved. But the people who are under you and now don't have like the money risk involved, and maybe it's the salary risk or they're working on sweat equity. They've never put $1 million up, so they don't know what it sounds like to put $1 million cash into a business and have the risk. I understand that. And I think that the caveats are, now, a lot of guys think that's all that women want. But in a box, if you live in Miami, LA, a lot of women are very superficial to money, for sure. But that's not every single woman. There's so many good girls out there that a lot of guys neglect because they think that they have this short-term thinking, which is like, oh, all girls want money, or all girls want status, or maybe they want an all combination of that. I think that's just attraction, number one, which is like they're attracted to certain
attraction.
Things. Yeah, but it's like just like you want a girl who has a nice face, nice ass,
body,
or whatever like that. You know what I mean? Like it's the same shit. And girls are looking at the same shit. And I think that a lot of guys have it fucked up on what they're looking for in a girl, and that prevents them from getting a good girl.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And when they get a good girl, they also don't know she is a good girl, and they don't have the balls to ask her the right questions to see if she really is. They don't want to commit to a relationship to see how.
Why don't they want to ask the right questions?
I think a lot of guys have just been so fucked over, right? They've been so fucked over. Also, they've been so programmed that women are bad. They're deceiving, or they might have cheated, or you can't trust a girl, or she's for the streets, or so many different things in our society today. And social media has almost amplified that. And a lot of men are just so insecure from their beliefs, and they trust the empirical data from what they've seen on social media to rely on their messaging, right? Like the Hoodvilles of the world, the city boys of the world. They think that's gospel. But if you unpack that and you say, let me think for myself. Let me actually go see 20, 30, 40 women. Let me go talk to them. And then also let me make an analytical approach when I talk to them. What do they act like? What are their goals in life? The first thing that I ask a girl when I meet her is, what are your goals?
That's what you asked me.
I asked you that. What are your goals? And that's when you're going to know, does a girl have the value in her life to even entertain my time? It sounds fucked up, but I don't want to surround myself with a person who does not have goals. And a lot of men are scared of women that have goals. They're scared of women that have ambition.
Why?
Sometimes they feel undermined. So like right now on social today, you have more followers than me, right? A lot of guys would see that and be like, oh, she's more clouded than me. She can get more guys, blah, 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 some shit like that. They'll feel insecure about it. But a real man who really is about himself, he's secure in himself, will actually be like, fuck yeah, let's help her grow her shit. Let's get her bigger. You know what I mean?
I love you.
Thank you. But I think a lot of men just have like a lot of like limitations in their thinking, and also they're being programmed for things that are not real, right? And it's society, and a lot of people will dress up like a lot of these red pill guys. You know what the red pill is? Like a lot of the red pill guys have just been hurt so badly that they make everything sound so intelligent, so biological, and it sounds so good to men, and they believe it. But the fucking problem is that it's not always true because it's in a vacuum, and you're only seeing one scenario, 2 scenarios max when you think of that one particular context. But I think it's a lot different. Men and women are very dynamic, and women can be extremely fulfilling, extremely loyal, extremely a blessing to your life. You just have to be a smart man to look for those right things.
Qualities.
Yeah.
And you as a woman need to make sure that you're conducting yourself in a way that makes people respect you, because what men look for in women are very different from women look for in men. So it's like, I wanted to ask you when you said all that, what are the questions that you think men can kind of ask a woman? What are strategic questions that they could ask to ensure that you're psychologically like analyzing a woman the right way, because as a woman, I know this is like a couple podcasts.
Yeah.
I'm sure women are going to want to know, how do I articulate myself? How do I express myself? Because a lot of women, like, you don't have to necessarily be at the same status or level as your partner. I mean, we're many years apart, and that's okay. But like, as women, it goes back to the point, we all look for different things. So I want to ask you, like, what are some questions? How can men articulate what they look for in a woman so that they make sure that they're approaching people the right way?
Yeah, good question. I think that a lot of women need to preface themselves and what they are and be true to who they are. If they like to party, they like to go out, they like to go have fun, they need to find a man who's very welcoming of that lifestyle, right? And if you're cool with a dude, you meet a guy that's super down with whatever you do, that's good for you and that fits your lifestyle. If you're a girl who wants a guy on the come up though, a guy who's actually going to go get it, who's actually about what he talks about, you also need to be a woman of goals. You need to be a woman of loyalty, and you need to be a woman that they can bring to their family. Because a man who has like a lot of goals and a lot of things that he's doing in his life also comes across a lot of adversity. Business on a day-to-day basis is very hard. You are dealing with people who are cutthroat in organizations that have 20 options that you have to be a number one charge of. Every big company I've ever worked with, people think that it's so easy for me because I can close a deal. I have great communication skills, but it's like, bro, you think of it on 101, I'm looking at it 1 of 20. I'm competing with 20 other people that I can't see, I don't have enough data on, and I'm going in there very fierce. And you have to be very confident as a man to get these big deals done. You have to be very compelling with your product and compelling with how you deal with things. And I think that a lot of guys who have big dreams know how much shit they go through on a day-to-day basis. And that's not even on their family life. What does their family life look like? Mental health with certain people, health issues with certain people they don't even talk about, right? So men have it very hard when they're at the top pinnacle of what they do, and they don't express it enough. And a lot of women who want that type of man need to understand, what is that man looking for in his life?
Yeah, so what are they looking for?
He's looking for a woman who's loyal, a woman he can trust, a woman he can build with, a woman he can fulfill his dreams with, build and grow with, and then also someone he can vent to when he gets hurt, right? Like he goes through shit on a day-to-day basis, and you can't be the girl who's essentially out here partying and being another less stress and liability, because he has too much of that already.
I get you.
Right? So it's like, if I cuff a girl and like I have a multi-million-dollar business and I'm building with all these organizations, I can't have a girl who's stressful on my life. Like, that's not what I want. I want someone I can trust, I can build, and we can grow together, and now we can share the success with. But a lot of women don't position themselves to be the person that reciprocates and gets the reciprocation of the love, the success with, because they want to just get another point of extraction where everybody else is trying to extract from that same guy.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think it's only like they're trying to get extraction. I think it's like also a lack of awareness. I think it's a lack of self-awareness about how and it's very subtle. Like, you could easily just be a really good girl, and like, you could love going out, you could live your life. That's okay. But there's certain subtleties in your body language and the way you express things and the way you speak that you don't realize have a whole different like viewpoint from a man. And I don't know if you maybe have examples of that. I can only speak for women, because I sometimes see women, like, I'll watch these like red pill videos or these like how to be a high value man person, because I'm just curious. Like, I'm very curious about how different people think, and I like to see it from a woman's perspective. And I see a lot of women just like have this like whole kind of defensive guard up, and they don't want to just accept that, oh, maybe there's shit that I'm doing that's kind of wrong, and that's affecting why certain men aren't taking me seriously.